Okay, so here we are in BOC yesterday. We were playing Alliance NMR, and so basically they had a 27 billion power player, Nasser, and a 14 or 15 billion player. And then there's me and Rohan Sith on my Alliance, who is I think he's 12 and a half, 13 2 now. I'm 15. And anyways, and then we have a lot of fives. So our plan basically here was just we had more bodies than them. And we were going to work and hold buildings. And Sith did not show up for about an hour. I knew this going in. So it actually kind of worked out good. So I went around and I would move just off screen here. And then I did solo arch. And I changed my archer marches to more T15 heavy and less 12s, and it really worked. You'll see some reports here where I take 1.5 billion off people, and then I'd follow with the ground because their guys were like 3 or 4 billion. So if they were like 1.5, 2 billion, I just straight up ground them. But I was trying something new too, and you can see how well these were working. These T15 archers, they were very strong. So I have about 10 million T15 ground, and that's for solo attacks. I didn't really make up the archers that much. I think I'm at like 4.5 million. The main reason was because I was still going 13 and 12 heavy in the attacks, but in the marches. But I'm going to start upping the 15s and really start pumping them out, I think, to try and go heavy in the marches. So here is their big guy here, Nasser. And I'm just switching gears around. He hits me a lot in this battle, and actually, like, they hit me so many times they couldn't rally because they just had the two guys, and I took out all their rally fillers. So they just tried to solo me down. They probably didn't know that the other 10 billion guy on our team was going to show up late. I did. So part of my plan actually was, hey, just let them hit me, kind of Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope style. Let them just punch themselves out hitting me, and you could see some of the reports. And they just keep hitting me, and then they start to lose their troops. And then the other thing we could do with more bodies, because we had 4 or 5 billion power players on our team as well, is we would just kind of wait and then wait for the alliance or the battlefield mine to get a buff, and then we'd take it. And obviously hope for the heal. That's what you always hope for. And we got it a couple times, and that really did help. I think they got it late. I end up getting zeroed at the very end. I end up going down from, I think they got me when I was about 3 billion. It was kind of my fault. I thought I could take 1 or 2 more solos, but he ended up getting me and getting that money shot. Always trying to avoid that. I was at the point where I was porting away and then coming back, and then we got a heal, and it gave me a little more confidence. And then I did a couple attacks and then ended up losing it. But I took so many solos from these guys and attacked so much that I actually maxed out the number of, what's it called when you get the rune stones and the lucky stones? At the end, they were continuing to solo me, and nothing was dropping, even though they were, defenses where they were losing 300-400 million per attack. But one strategy I used here was I just come and take the Knight's Hall, and that's actually why this guy's sitting there, to stop me, because that was allowing me to find his teammates, like right here, and then I'd move off screen slightly and just speed in at him and just send it. So that one I did not speed in, and then I just missed this. I saw that in the chat, this guy, and I'm about to launch on him without even changing the Monarch gear, but he moved away. He was 450 mil, so he would have been nice points. I think someone else ends up getting them, and that's always good. So we end up winning this battlefield, and it's good because we're kind of trying to figure out a style to play. And it looks like we're basically going to be the 2 elite guys who go for everything, and everyone else kind of, plays their part. They still get their points. They still go. They get defenses and the occasional attacks, but just avoid rallies, right? Make the other team spread out as well. Make them play your game. Now, I've done this style before, so I'm checking my subs there and just making sure that they are revived. I do have to restart the game a lot in this little tip for everybody. So watch, I'll move just off screen here, and then I'll get them. So there's my archers, speed it up. And then I'm going to immediately try and send ground. I think he moves on this one. Does he? Or does he sit for it? Let's see, does it pop up? So I only got the one loss on him. But you could see how effective those were. But to be honest, he probably should have been able to move from the other one as well. But he didn't. And then this one, this guy's small enough. I'm just going to send the exact ground. Not sure if it's the exact same player or not. But all of these attacks were nice. And it's a fun style. But as I was saying, I already know what will be our downfall. And it's going to be when we play 5 guys who are 8 to 10 billion. And they're good, solid players. They sit beside each other. They reinforce each other, and they just find a way to port lock you, and they end up stopping you that way. And then you eventually have to just sit, and that's when all of our 3 to 5 billion players will eventually end up getting port locked, and then they have to sit for a rally. Most our smaller guys are doing the new trend, starting to build up the T1s, get those T1 defenses, but those are only effective against solos. A big rally is still going to take it out. We actually just did one in SVS a couple hours ago. Unfortunately, the other big guy, some reason, didn't join the rally. It must have been a glitch. So we only sent a 4-man rally instead of 5. And we were sending it. And I saw arrived. And then I hit send. But I don't know. I guess you have to wait that extra second for him to fully arrive. But anyways, we took like 3/4 of the power off, and then I went in and soloed it after. I think the guy actually must have been offline, and it's because his team was reinforcing him, and he did not bubble in between those, and there was a good like 30 seconds in between because I was like, do I want to solo this T1 trap even though it's half dead? And the answer was it worked out nice. So looking at the scout here, seeing what there is in the reinforcements here, and just kind of trying to decide what I think we can do here. And it's not always easy. And anyways, they are just attacking me here. I'm off to the side, and they just continue to take turns, and I'm totally happy to do that because, like I said, I understand that our other guy is going to come in, and they might be 12 billion in power still from 27, but all their top layers are going to be gone. So then the other guy can come in and do some good damage to them. And basically, like I said, our strategy ends up being just now we're at a point where we just play defense and move around, avoid rallies, take buildings. We have the manpower. We had, almost full membership in the battlefield, and they were at 6, 7, 8 all battle. So when you're that low, it's really, really hard to fight off a full team for the buildings. So we just kept the lead, and you can see here, I'm going to type in the instructions, and it's basically just chill. Every 15 minutes, we'll take a mine from them and hope we get a heal. And that's it. So that's how our battlefield went. Thought I'd give you guys a few highlights and let me know how yours went. And like, subscribe, leave a comment.